This is one of those cakes you can smell it before it even gets in the oven. And I remember being a kid and smelling the most amazing scent of caramelizing, that's the dog groaning, not me, of caramelizing brown sugar and butter into this molten goodness as they're being melted in the cast iron pan. Hi, I'm Carolyn. Welcome to the Chili Bakes podcast. We're making gluten-free pineapple upside down cake today. It's the best use I can think of for pineapple, and it's going to be a bake that's so amazing. It's gluten-free, you won't miss the wheat, and people will be clamoring for your bakes. I know that doesn't seem possible, but I'm going to show you how. I know how to do it. It's easy, it's simple. I got a few tips. I can't speak, but I have a few tips and tricks. So I'm excited to have you in the kitchen with me today. Welcome, 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 and let's get to baking. Yay! All right, bakers, let's talk ingredients. Whoa. Let's talk ingredients and equipment. You could use a pie pan or a cast iron skillet. This is a 10-inch cast iron skillet. I already put the topping in it, but that's great. If you do the cast iron skillet, you'll have to do things a little differently than you would, If you use a cast iron skillet and you have an electric stove with a glass top like me, you're gonna do things maybe a little different, or you can just melt stuff and pour it in here. Cherries, if you want to put cherries in the pineapple slices, these are dried cherries. I really like them. They're tart. They're from Trader Joe's. I could eat the whole bag. Yes, I could. And some unsweetened pineapple slices. I guess you could use the chunks too, but that's a lot of arranging, and this is just a lot quicker. So not too much going on. A hand mixer is great. You can do almost anything without a hand mixer, although meringues, that's a hard one. But you could definitely do this without one. It's just nice to have it. So that's it for special equipment, and preheat your oven. I always forget. 350 degrees, center rack. Yay. So the dry ingredients are cup for cup multi-purpose flour. We have 1.25 cups. Oh, of course it sticks. We have 1/4 cup blanched almond flour. We have a teaspoon of sweet rice flour. 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. I don't know why everything's sticking to my bowls today. A teaspoon of baking powder. Whoops. Maybe slightly less than a teaspoon. Some of it's on my table. And a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You want to use fine grained salt because it'll dissolve nicer. And then all it is just a whisk. So all of you who've baked with me before know I like to use some almond flour for the texture and the added protein. And also, I don't know, I just like the way it makes the baked goods taste, the cakes and everything. And I love cup for cup multi-purpose flour. And the sweet rice flour is for a little bit of that wheaty chew, even though it doesn't have wheat. And that's it for the dry. We're making the topping. So, because I have an electric stove, I can't make it like I did when we were a kid. Normally, you take the cast iron skillet, you melt the butter and sugar in it, and you get it kind of saucy, and then you throw your pineapple and your dough on it. I have a glass top stove. You cannot use cast iron, but I really want to try to do it in a cast iron without using the stove, so I'm going to heat this up in the microwave. So I'm taking 1/2 cup of light brown sugar and 1/2 cup of butter. I'm making a little extra sauce because I might do a drizzle on the top because it's going to look pretty, and then we're just going to microwave this, get it all melted. So that's what I'm going to do now as I kill myself. Okay, so I melted this in the microwave. It's hot. I'm going to mix it. I want to almost, not quite get a sauce. That's not going to happen. But since gluten-free dough tends to soak up oil, I don't want to just throw it in the pan unheated up. So I'm going to kind of get it molten a little bit. Try to mix it together. All right, microwave a little bit longer. Let's see what we got here. All right, nice and melty here. That's what you want. So it's sort of incorporated. We're going to pour this topping in. It's the brown sugar and butter. This is not even, is it? Okay. Let's try to do this better. Oh my gosh. Is this the wrong instrument? Maybe. Well, apparently it doesn't spread evenly because now it's getting cold. We're just going to go with it anyway, because that's the way baking goes. All right. We're going to put one in the center. You can arrange your pineapple. This is canned, obviously. I haven't tried it with fresh. I like the slices. You can cut it whatever shape you want. That looks pretty good. Now, here's the choice. Growing up, we never put cherries in it. I know people use maraschino cherries, or how you say that. I don't love them. So these are dried cherries. I think they're going to be pretty. You can choose to use them or not. But this is what I'm doing here. Let's use a prettier cherry than this one. This one looks like it was run over by a truck. Not great. Okay. There we go. And we're going to let this sit. It doesn't have to sit, but I'm going to make the dough. Okay, here's the wet ingredients. This is 4 tablespoons of butter that's melted. I didn't mean to melt it, I meant to soften it, so oops on that one. We have 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. It's going in there. And let's just mix this together. Two large eggs, about a teaspoon of vanilla. The cap's not a bad measuring device. Mix a little bit more. Let's give it a scrape. All right. 2 tablespoons of applesauce helps the gluten-free cake stay moist and also not add so much oil, which isn't for calories. It's just because the gluten-free flour doesn't hold that much oil, I found. That was 2 tablespoons of unsweetened applesauce. I can't talk. This is a 1/4 cup of pineapple juice, unsweetened. We don't need any more sugar. And here's sour cream. Here's 1/3 cup of sour cream. I was going to use milk, but when I went to go look in the fridge, I had no milk. So oops, I should have checked that. And no tea today, which makes me want to cry. So sour cream will work. You could use, what else could you use? Sour cream. You could use, I guess you could use a nut milk. I haven't tried it that way though. Ooh. Oh yeah, one more thing. If you like this video and you want to see more of it, hit like and subscribe. Twice a month, I'll be here with my video podcast and all this stuff. Oh, there's my oven. Time to get to mixing. Yay! So let's get the wet and dry together. Get my pen out of the way here. Here's my wet, here's my dry that I've already whisked together. In it goes. We don't want to mix it too much. We're just going to mix it till well incorporated, well mixed. Definitely need to scrape the sides. All right. Almost done here. And that's it. All right, so we're just going to get this batter on top of the pineapple. We don't want to disturb the slices, so I'm going to kind of plop it on there. Maybe plop's not the best term, but that's what I'm doing. There we go. Okay. Just going to spread it out evenly-ish. You know me, I'm not very even at anything, but sort of even there. There we go. Ready for the oven. Now, this is going to take a while to cook, and normally when I used to make this as a kid, this skillet would be hot. So it's probably going to take 40 to 50 minutes. And in the oven it goes. All right, this cake just came out of the oven. Look at how nicely browned it is. We did have to tent it for the last half of baking with some foil to make sure it didn't brown too much. It is super hot. Oh, and it needs to cool, but only for about 20 minutes. If we cool it for longer than that, the syrupy, it's not chocolate, the syrupy brown sugar and butter is going to set up so much it's not going to come out of the pan. So we want it to set up a little bit, and then we're going to let it cool. I mean, we want it to set up a little bit, and then we're going to get it out of the pan and then let it cool. That's what we're doing. So it's been 20 minutes. This sucker is still hot for sure, but I'm going to run a knife around it, and I'm going to turn it out into a plate. We're going to use this cake stand. This ought to be fun. Oh my gosh, wish me luck. Oh Lord. Oh my God. Let's see what happened here. Oh Lord. It could be ugly. Oh, but it's not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, here's the cake cooled. It's not totally cooled. And remember how I saved a little bit of the, like about half of the brown sugar butter mixture? I added about 2 tablespoons of pineapple juice and boiled it a little bit in the microwave, or heated it up. Be careful boiling things in the microwave until the sugar dissolves. So now I have like a caramel here. And I want a little more glaze on here, like a little more shiny. So that's what I'm doing here. Just gonna make a little, hey, you stay mutt. Sorry, Indy is going upstairs. He knows he's not supposed to. I just asked him to stay down here. Ow. Ooh, this is hot. Yikes. Okay. Anyway, we're putting more on because we can. Yes, we can. I could have made it a little thinner, but you want to be careful with gluten-free bakes so you don't get things soggy. That is not a great thing for wheat-free flour. So anyway, it's got a little more glaze now. I think that looks nice. Yum. Oh, it tastes good. All right, guys, let's check out this beautiful bake. Whoops, as I dropped the cherry. The cake is moist and sweet with a little hint of pineapple. Full confession, second piece. I filmed in slow-mo. Oops. Yeah, that wasn't great. Anyway, this cake is delicious. It has moistness, but it's not oily. It's the perfect flavor and texture, a little vanilla, a little pineapple. And it goes really well with the caramel or the brown sugariness and the tart sweet pineapple. Really good. I do like the flavor of the cherries on it. Obviously that's a, I was gonna say design choice, but flavor choice. It came out really well. It's a little, I think I would have liked to cook the caramel a little bit longer. I feel like it's a little more damp on the top than I want. But really, really, really good flavor. So not really the best keeper for a cake. It's a make and serve and enjoy it that day. Because of all the liquid on the top, it just will, gluten-free doesn't hold all that well. But this was a delicious bake. I hope you had a good time with me in the kitchen, learned something new, had a good time. I don't know why I'm bending over. Anyway, thanks for joining me. It's always a pleasure to have you. I hope you want to come back next time. I'm here twice a month, baking all kinds of gluten-free stuff. And you can find me on Instagram and TikTok and Threads. And I haven't been on my Facebook for a long time, but I am on Facebook. Anyway, thanks again for being here with me. Hope you enjoyed the bake as much as I did. It's delicious. It's amazing. It's like your grandma's favorite pineapple upside down cake, only it's gluten-free. So good. You won't miss You won't miss the wheat. Oh my gosh, my mouth isn't working. Yeah. All right, until then, have fun in the kitchen. Bake something gluten-free. Bye-bye. I can't eat it. I can't stop eating. I'm dropping it everywhere. There's an ant hoping for something. Yeah.